That's got nuts in it.
I didn't expect there to be a nut, and it was a cheeky little nut. It just popped in there.
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Lemmy, Dr. Spock, somebody with a bum at the front.
Backwards
That's a backwards bum. Today I'm riding a Cannondale Super 6 Evo Carbon Ultegra disc, wearing Castelli Nanoflex Pro 2 Omloop bib shorts and a Gabba ROS on top, with an Hydro 2 rain jacket just in case the weather really turns. And you can get it all at sigmasports.com or in one of our stores.
Are you ready?
Oh, sorry, Elynor. Yeah, I suppose
Are you
so. I was
ready to go?
just doing a few photos actually, but
Sorry to interrupt.
all right. Sorry about that. I'll yeah, just checking out the floor as well. It's nice. It's very, very dry. Yeah. Right. Okay. Right, Elynor, let's go for a bit of a trundle in your new home of Belgium. Got a few surprises in store.
Oh, where are you taking me?
Well, a bit of a surprise, but it's uphill first, I'm afraid.
Oh no.
Yeah, sorry about that. You may have noticed we're actually going uphill and it's not flat.
What's all this about?
No, told you just a little bit of a fib, just to get you out. And then we are in the Ardennes after all, so I thought, what better way to get to Liege than on a bit of the Liège-Bastogne-Liège course. This is the iconic climb of La Redoute. It is a bit of a brute though. The climb itself is about 3 k's long.
Okay.
We've got plenty of time to settle in. What are we now, February? Haven't had your first, well, you've yet to race, but you've had a few training camps. What's that been like? Because again, that's you got all your new kit, your very, very shiny new bike. I mean, and you're still so young, you must be so excited about what's ahead.
Yeah, I mean, we've had 3 camps now. They've been extremely hard, a lot more training than I've really ever done before.
Yeah.
A lot more intensity, but I think I'm coping okay.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so different to what I've had in the past, but I go to every camp and I'm like, wow, this is my team, you know? It's just like, sometimes I don't even believe it myself. I'm riding around in a group with them and I'm like, is this really like, you know, who I'm riding for? And it's like a dream for some people, you know, and now it's like reality. Like, to think back last year and I would never have thought that this would, like, I would end up being where I am right now. So
I mean, can you remember when you were, because obviously everybody knows your dad, Maggie Backstedt, and I work a lot with your dad commentating, and I remember him talking about that, telling me that you'd been approached before a lot of people knew. And so what, Frank van der Broek, his little face there, well, big face, it was an enormous face, it wasn't a little face at all. One of the biggest faces I've ever seen in my life. How did the approach get made, and when did you first know about it? What happened and what was the feeling when you got offered the contract?
It was like halfway through the year, I would say, like just after I got back from Track Euros.
Yeah.
And I had a message on Instagram from Ina the DS, and she was like, oh, I've noticed, you know, you've been doing really well this year, would you be interested in having a chat?
Yeah.
And I literally like screamed. I was at my boyfriend's team house at the time.
Yeah.
And I went running into him and I was like, oh my God, look. And I immediately rang my parents and I was like, guess what's just happened? And I was literally just in shock. I was like, wow. Okay. So we had a phone call and we met up and had a chat. And then just for them to like be that interested in me, because I didn't even think of them as like a team because they're like a team that would want young riders, especially because
Sure, yeah.
they're a new team, you know, and I
Yeah.
thought, oh, they're going to be full.
Yep.
And then,
It's a big compliment, isn't it?
yeah, it was a really big compliment. And for them to invest 3 years in me, it's like
Yeah. So you got a 3-year deal.
3 years.
3-year deal. I didn't realise that.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
I mean, I think it's a good thing though. There's a lot of teams, not just Trek, but teams like Sunweb, Ineos, another example now, but giving riders, especially young riders, plenty of time to settle into the senior ranks.
It really helps, I think, because the first year you can just find yourself and you don't need to rush your progression.
Yeah.
Like the team really take care of me, like on the camps.
That's actually nice to know that you're not going to be put under too much pressure this year and you can have fun. Because
Yeah.
let's be honest, I mean, riding with me up La Redoute, we're having a great laugh, aren't we?
Yeah,
It's all about
absolutely.
fun, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if you can't have fun doing your job, what's the point?
So you're talking about not too much pressure this year for you. So your first few races, what are they going to be?
I have Hageland on the 1st and then Samin on the 3rd.
Okay.
So they're my first two.
Of March?
Yeah, of
Yeah,
March.
yeah.
And then I have a few more of those type of races. Not too many big ones, just to ease into it. Like the longest race I've ever done was Yorkshire last year, and
Of course, yeah.
130 or something.
Yep.
So it's a big jump.
And that's a big thing because you were riding for the Story team, weren't you?
Yeah.
And you rode as a junior in that race. I mean, you must have got special dispensation, but I bet that was an eye-opener for you, racing at that level.
Yeah, it was so cool. Like, it was the hardest race I've ever done in my life so far, but it was just amazing.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Like, the weather was horrible, but I just loved every minute.
Oh! I just nudged you for the preem!
No!
Yeah!
No!
Oh, yes! Oh! Oh, no, is it that one? Oh! Sorry, I just saw the line, Elynor, I just instinctively went for it. Sorry about that. Sorry, what were you saying?
Well, I forgot now.
Nice little silver there, nice opportunity.
Absolutely, you got to get them in where you can.
You can. I think we're at the highest point in this neck of the woods. Not too sure exactly what the elevation is, but it's pretty considerable because that was actually right from the bottom. It was about 2.5, 3k climb, but
Yeah.
awesome views.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It is gorgeous.
It's like being in Wales.
Talking about Wales,
Yeah.
where's your favourite place to ride in Wales? Because I'm a big fan of Wales. When I was a junior
Yeah.
and early in my senior career, did a lot of racing down there.
Yeah.
Love the countryside, love the people obviously, but
Yeah.
so I've got quite a lot of special memories. So what's your favourite place to ride in Wales?
I like to go around the coast.
All right.
I think that's really beautiful, like
Yeah.
especially when it's a bright day.
Yeah.
That's one of my favourite routes, but it's a fairly short route, that one, so like a nice recovery ride or something.
Okay.
Otherwise, I love to go to Brecon, Story Mountain, over Pender and Moors,
Yeah.
Aberdare, and then Regos. Yeah, over the mountains. That's
It's kind of
really nice.
It's beautiful. It's kind of bleak, but that's where the beauty lies up there, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is a lovely part of the world.
It's really beautiful, and all the mountains are just
Yeah.
wow.
Warning frogs! Warning frogs! There's a frog warning sign. Out riding yesterday, and I saw another big frog sign.
Oh really?
And there was these little mini, tiny, like little frog fences, little newt
Oh.
fences protecting them. And in the UK, you know, newts are, I think they're a class 1 protected animal.
Really?
So when you go have building sites and stuff, and they discover a gold-crested newt, then
have to save it.
you have to sort of protect it. They can't build the houses.
Oh wow.
No. Up the newts. That's a nice end point for you, isn't it?
There's a lot of cars on this road.
A lot of cars, yeah.
We thought this was a quiet road, but no.
See that?
Oh, that was skill.
You see that?
That is cyclocross at its finest. Oh.
It's a lot of history. You know the city of Liege
Yeah.
was first recorded and documented during the Roman Empire in
wow.
about 556.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Long
time ago. So just before I was born,
Yeah.
in fact. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
that explains all the toilet stops.
it does, yeah. Oh God, yeah. Oh, thanks. I didn't think you'd bring that up. I thought they'd stop flipping filming.
Matt, what's your favourite food?
We didn't tee this up. My favourite food is curry, but of late I've become a massive fan of halloumi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, halloumi.
Halloumi with sweet chilli sauce. Yes.
We didn't even plan that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you have to like dry fry it with the sweet chilli sauce to dunk it in.
Oh,
That is the best.
it is really lovely. Yeah, I think it's the cheese. I think it's the cheese
Yeah.
and the food of the future.
Yeah, I like it.
Anyway,
I like avocados as well.
Avocados are nice, aren't they?
Yeah.
Anyway, got out of breath. We're going uphill. I told you I'd kick up a little bit.
Yeah, you did. You warned me.
But all this talk of food has got me thinking it might be time to head to the cafe.
Yeah, I think so.
We're just going to head to a pretty normal cafe in Liege.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Should we do a quick transition?
Yeah, let's do it.
Here we go. Oh yes! Now the transition.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Sunny days, sunny days. You got a black cloud over your head. You're looking spit, gotta get you to bed. Agent at the apartment gone. I moved out, but I can't move on.
Here we go.
Money talks.
This is it.
Oh wow.
The Pot au lait. Little cobbled courtyard as well.
Absolutely.
This is nice, isn't it?
Yeah, really nice.
Pretty funky.
It's very funky. Wow.
It's a bit of everything.
There is Muppets.
An interesting
Everything.
vibe. Here's the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Muppets, Miss Piggy,
Miss Piggy.
Lemmy, Dr. Spock, somebody with a bum at the front.
Backwards
That's
bum.
a backwards bum.
That's a dolphin with.
A dolphin kind of mermaid. It's a porpoise, isn't it? Porpoise mermaid.
I think so.
I'm liking this place. I like it's
It's got some
quite
character.
quirky, to say
Yes.
the least. Oh my God, that looks easy. That's a little bit scary, but let's just give it a go.
Yeah, let's try. We'll see.
All right then. Here we go.
Wow.
Whoa. It's pretty funky. It's like something out of Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome. Like Road Warrior meets a cafe. We've only just got here. Somebody's given us the bird. It's not very nice, is it?
Already.
Fancy a brew?
Yeah.
Let's sit down. Day of the Dead. It's all going on. Well, I was going to say cheers. We've already drunk our Coke. We got a really interesting cup of coffee, didn't we? I asked for
really interesting.
a café crème, which normally means milky coffee, and actually bought bowls of cream. I was going to bring it back. Cheers. It's worth actually showing what we got. I mean, I do love Belgium to bits, but we got little bowls of cream. Anyway, let's talk about you. Let's talk about you. How are you settling in with the team anyway? I mean, we talked about it out on the road. Big leap for you. But what have the team been like, especially your co-riders, not just the staff? What have they been like welcoming you into the team?
They've been super welcoming. I'm really enjoying being there, and everyone looks after me. Like, they understand that I'm young and that I'm going to make mistakes or I'm not going to be as strong as them, but they don't treat me like I'm a baby, which is really nice for me because I can really be part of the team. And yeah, they've welcomed me so much. Like, I get along with them all really well, and I've already learned so much things. So yeah, I'm enjoying.
It's a team. I mean, when you look at the lineup of the team, and it headed up, of course, Liege, for example. We were just chatting about it before we started filming. He's very, very busy. Who is the person in the team so far? I know it's very early, not even turned the pedal in anger really, you've done your training camp, so who's the person so far that you feel quite close to, or you think, yeah, I'm not going to really get along with her?
To be honest, I don't really have like one person who I would just go to. Like, I get along with everyone really well. Like,
Yeah.
Lizzie obviously really looks after me, you know, being from Britain and
Yeah.
stuff, and obviously her having a child as well. It's like
Yeah.
a child away from home in a way. But yeah, she teaches me so much as well, and they're all just so nice to me and so understanding and welcoming that literally I could go to any of them if I had a problem and they would all look after me, so it's so nice.
So a bit out on the road, you've got to be a bit careful on the flat if you start sticking the wheel in front, haven't you? You know, you don't want to be at 19. You don't really want to be half wheeler. Are you, are you 19 or 18?
No, I'm 18.
Still 18.
Yeah,
I need to check my facts.
I turned it in December.
Right. Okay.
In December.
So you turned 18 in December.
Yeah.
Blimey.
Yeah.
So you're not even going to be.
I'm the late one.
So your first season at world team level is going to be while you're 18.
Yeah.
That's even more astonishing. So you're like a late junior, aren't you? Or
Yeah.
Early, yeah. Blimey. I thought you'd just turning 19.
No.
Flipping heck.
Yeah.
Gosh. And what? As you kind of look forward, I mean, you said. I remember you saying out on the road when we were both a little bit out of breath. Me more than you. You were super excited to get the contract. You couldn't believe it was happening. You're like in a dream world. What are you most looking? I know there's a lot to take in. And you've got your bike, you've got your kit, you've got your new teammates, new country that you're living in. Hopefully going to learn maybe another language as well. Because
Yeah, hopefully.
obviously your dad speaks about 60 languages, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Makes me very, very envious.
Me too.
But what are you most looking forward to this year?
I'm looking forward to having longer races and
Right.
just like different races. It's not just constantly a lap. Like
Yeah.
a lot of the junior races, it's like 4 laps of a circuit that's however long, and you know the same lap, you know the finish because you've ridden it 4 or 5 times before you get there. You have preems, but I'm looking forward to having like different terrain and different lengths of races and harder races, and yeah, like just that kind of stuff, just getting in there and getting stuck in really.
Okay.
Learning like the race tactics.
And also, I guess, because you're still so young, you'll be finding out. I mean, I think at your age, without being funny, you're not really going to get a full sense of the type of rider that you're going to be in the future. Although, when you look at your palmares, I mean, they're glittering, and it's only been a couple of years since you've been riding, isn't it? When you look at the national championships, you look at European champion on the track, 2 bronze medals in the Junior World Time Trial Championships. First time riding Gent Wevelgem, you won that as well. I remember being with your dad when you won that, it just popped through. I think we were commentating on another race, and he's like, oh, she just won Gent Wevelgem. But yeah, I mean, that must be quite exciting too, to see how far you can push yourself and you know, what type of rider you might end up being and that kind of journey. That must be just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, people always ask me, oh, what kind of rider are you? And I'm like, right now I have no idea. Like, as a junior, you kind of have to be good at everything to win.
Yeah.
Like, if you can't climb, you can't win certain races. If you can't sprint, you can't win certain races.
Yeah.
So you really have to be like an all-rounded rider. And like, now I'm more like tailoring my training and stuff, or my coach is tailoring it to what they think I'm going to turn out like, but
Yeah.
no one really knows at the moment, and
Yeah.
no one really knows what to expect, where I'm going to go, but it's quite interesting in myself, but yeah.
So we've ordered next door.
Not quite halloumi though, is it?
It's not halloumi. Oh, I feel sorry for you, it's really beige. Oh no.
It's okay.
This is,
We'll
don't know what the hell
cope.
I'm eating here. All sorts going on in here.
There is.
Certainly looks healthy.
Yeah.
So-
It's not so much.
Do you want some of this? Do you want a bit of carrot? It's not exactly, oh, do you want some? It just doesn't want it.
Some cabbage.
Oh, got that, yeah. Look at these.
What is
What on
that?
earth is that? If you know what that is, what vegetable that is, get in contact in the comment section. Haven't got a clue. No, you've got a 3-year contract. I'm sure you'll be a professional for a long time. And it's actually, and it's good to see now, without getting too political, I think it's important we talk about it, that you're on a team now with a minimum wage structure, and that obviously the UCI can kind of build on that in the future. And
Yeah,
it's just
definitely.
nice to see you've got more women's pro teams. But let's be honest, a few years ago, there's women's pro teams. Only a very few women were actually getting paid any decent money.
Yeah.
But now,
You had to be right at the top to get.
yeah, and even if
good
you were
money.
a solid, good rider, I mean, you know, lots of women had to get other jobs or had a very, very short tenure
Yeah.
as a pro cyclist or do something else. So that must be, you're just saying you've been, you're kind of born or your age is the right time, but really it's come together
Hmm.
when it's kind of worked out for you because you know you can do this as a legitimate living,
Yeah.
and hopefully, you know, earn some good money over the next few years and not have to worry too much. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
that must be good.
Yeah, really good. It's nice that it's come far enough that like young people don't have to worry. Like the sport has developed so much that you can't really have two jobs and be at the top of your game. Like,
Yeah.
and it's nice that now, like people my age are going to get paid a minimum wage that is good enough to help support them in the
Yeah.
future, and they don't have to think, oh yeah, well, okay, maybe I need to do this as well, or other kinds of things like that. You can just focus on cycling.
Your medal at the Worlds last year in Yorkshire. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not very often that anybody gets to ride a World Championships on home turf. No, not from Yorkshire, you're Welsh, but that must have been a very, very special day, especially backing it up with your bronze medal from the previous year.
Yeah.
So what was that like?
Well, it was very stressful, I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
Like I'd done a lot of track racing that summer, so I hadn't really spent that much time on the road, like as much as I'd wanted to. I finished my track racing in August, like late August, and then I had basically 3 weeks to switch to some road legs, so I was racing like crazy,
that all?
training
Blimey, I
like
didn't realise
crazy. Yeah, it was really difficult. And the course didn't suit me at all. Like the year before in Innsbruck, it was pretty much flat, one straight line.
Yeah.
We had all wind directions were in my favour, power course, it was great. This year was so super technical, super hilly, like super windy, bit wet, so it was like completely not what I would ask for if I could choose a TT course. I set off last. I only found out that the night before, so like to get on the stage last person, knowing pretty much everyone else's times, and then having like the crowds cheer you, and I was just shaking so much, I was so nervous. But yeah, like I just aimed, I was like, okay, if I get a top 5, like this is a really good ride for me.
Yeah.
And I just went out there and I rode as hard as I could, like focused as much as I could. I nearly had a slip on one of the corners. Yeah, I just rode as hard as I could, and I was so surprised when I got to the finish. So surprised.
We've just had news in from the producer that we've got an extra segment to film, and it
Okay.
is it's basically like MasterChef. And
Okay.
I need you to review.
This is like in
this
a Mackey's
beautiful little
box,
pudding.
isn't it?
This is going to be like vegan vegetarian pudding.
Yeah.
So there's no meat whatsoever in that dessert,
Wow.
which is a relief, to be perfectly
Yeah.
honest with you.
I think so
But we've
too.
also got a little cookie which we're
Okay,
going to
that
share.
looks
The
good.
coffee's already here. This bloke, it's like a whirlwind. I've never seen a coffee being produced so quickly.
Oh, thank
Thank
you.
you very much, sir. That's very good of you. Thank you very
Thank
much. So the scene is set. So far away, have a nibble of that. I'll have a
Okay.
nibble at the same time, and then just don't think anything. Just let it come out of your mouth, not the
Okay.
cake, the words. Oh, oh! My jaw went. Did you hear that pop? Oh, sorry. Oh, my jaw went.
It's got peanut butter in it.
It's peanutty.
Yeah.
It's dense, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, crumbs,
it's
it's
nice.
dense. I don't think I could get, I think that would probably last. You just need that at the start of Tour of Flanders. Taste, out of 10.
7.
Ooh, 7. I'm going to give it, actually, I think you're right, I'm going to give it a 7.5. Break this in half. That's not,
Okay.
that's,
I'll have this-
that's not half, is it? That's the classic. I'll break this in half.
I'll have the small
There you go.
part.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Thank you.
Let's have a little
Okay.
taste. Here we go. Ooh.
I think
Oh,
that's
there's-
got nuts in it
That was
too.
there was I didn't expect there to be a nut, and it was a
No.
cheeky little nut. It just popped in there. And I didn't expect it. That was a chocolate chip cookie. Really? It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to give that 7 as well.
Yeah, that's a 7.
Tasty, not too sweet. The nuts were a little surprise,
That's good.
but not bad at all. The coffee's not too bad.
No,
There we go.
obviously.
That was great, especially the end bit. Sorry about my use of the word nuts regularly.
That's okay.
Cheers.